Remember us. As simple an order as a king can give. Remember why we died. He did not wish tribute, or song, or monuments, or poems of war and valor. Wish was simple. Remember us, he said to me. That was his hope. Should any free soul come across that place. In all the countless centuries yet to be, may all our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell the Spartans passerby. Here, by Spartan law, we lie. And so my king died. And my brothers died. Barely a year ago. Long I've pondered my king's cryptic talk of victory. Time has proven him wise. For from free Greek to free Greek, the word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300, so far from home, laid down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes forged face obliteration!
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network, and welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour with Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
This shit probably has been in the works, bro, for quite some time, man. This shit probably has been in the works, bro, for quite some time, man. Because if Toby and him was that tight...
You know what's crazy, Sky, is when we talked about this before, I completely misread that. Because you remember my reaction, right? My reaction was like, I thought we knew this. I was reading this as Saffron for some strange reason. It was Emery.
No, yeah, bro, it was Toby.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it
bro.
changes everything.
Yeah, no, you definitely had like a very muted reaction.
Well, I think you've seen some things out there, right? And we're excited about the film. Of course, you know, we were saddened by the events that caused Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder to have to leave and turn the reins over to Joss Whedon, but he was already working with us on some of the scenes for the additional photography that we're going to be doing shortly, and it was fortunate that, you know, Zack convinced him and he agreed to step in and finish the movie, help Zack finish his vision, and we're excited about that.
He said that you wouldn't be back except for the Dark Knight Returns. But I don't know, if Netflix finally has it and you could hypothetically continue, would you be open to it?
If Netflix had owned the rights to the DC characters in my extended universe, of course I would absolutely whatever. Yeah.
No question. You're very happy.
Yeah.
I'm really very happy.
The Zack Snyder fans are weirdos.
Do you think James Gunn should reboot the universe properly?
This answer your question.
Oh my God.
James Gunn.
James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn.
Hey Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.
Woo! Hold on. Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Skywalker back at y'all with another one. Man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Yo, we are here and we are live. You dig? Shout out to all y'all that's catching this in the live chat and everybody that will be watching this on a replay crew as well. We are here, we are live, and we are about to get to it. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. We got DC Talk in the building. We got Vegeta front and back. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, bro? We got Rebel Moon Theory in the building. Much love, bro. We got SPR Dave in the building. What's going on? We got Joe Buck in the building. You know, it's funny. I finally hit that 10-minute mark. I played that on purpose because everybody was like, yo, man, the intros be too long, dog. And I was like, I want to hit like 10 minutes. I was messing with y'all. Man, much love, y'all. Much love. Who else we got in here? We got Joe Buck. We got Mama Bear Dog in the building. What's going on, Mama Bear? Thank you for rocking out. We got Venkata in the building. Oh, man, the chat did that weird stuff again where it's putting y'all ats. How do we change it last time, Austin? Shout out to the good Austin. You dig? Much love, bro. The resident Flash is in the building. We got Alan Belt in the house. What's going on, Alan Belt? We got Osa Fresh in the building. What's going on, bro? Who else is in here? Who else is in here? We got Marco. What's going on, Marco? Cody J. Braun. right? Derek Waters, much love. Who else is in here? Who else is in here? Sin Havoc 5150. Right? Yeah, y'all was in the chat rocking out. Ahoo. Ahoo. Right? We got Paolo in the building. What's going on, bro? Yes, the end is nigh. Douglas Murphy's in the house. What's going on, Douglas Murphy? Right? So I had to figure out how to rewind the VHS tape. Did you really not know? Crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. We got L Turner in the building, right? He said the longest intro ever, right? Yeah, bro. I'm like, is they really trying to say, oh man, the intro? I'm like, bro, I will make it longer, bro. Right? Like, I'm so serious. Right? He said, we need a 20-minute intro, bro. Dude, I be watching other channels, bro. They be having like these like long, you know what I'm saying? Like music be looping. It be playing for like 20, 30 minutes. And then the stream start. I be like, yo, you know, if they can do that, you know, y'all can oblige me. What's going on, Michael? What's going on, bro? Right? What's going on, Jeff? How you doing, bro? Right? Yeah, he said, I think it's a YouTube thing. Mama Bear says, Sky, you owe me coffee for that 3.5. That 3.5 hour stream, right? Sky, bro, what are y'all talking about? If y'all go look at that stream, it ended right after it was done. What are y'all talking about? Bro, I'm just joking. Y'all know I'm knocked out. Y'all know I knocked out. Right? He know, bro. Y'all know I knocked out. Like I was, bro. Y'all know I knocked out. Yeah, it's all good. He said, I knew you were gonna cut it when you had time today. Yeah, bro. You know what's even worse? I set an alarm to wake me up around the time that I knew it would be kind of wrapping up. And then man. And then I woke up and I saw it and I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, just went on over there, saw the chat, saw everybody laughing at me. I was like, nope, in stream. You know what I mean? Yeah. That is hilarious. He said, if I was awake, I would have ended it, bro. Yeah, that was all bad. He said it was like, bro, that stream is like 3.5 hours. It's like right under 4 hours if y'all go look at it. So technically speaking, there's no more evidence. You know what I'm saying? Technically speaking, you know, that's one of the first videos I had to go and edit on YouTube. Right? Hilarious, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and get through this opening rigmarole and we get started with the show. Y'all already know, roll to 5K, hit that like, share, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Y'all already know about these hashtags, man. The most powerful, the most effective, right? Is the ones that's really getting it done. You dig? Each and every day being continuing to be effective, continuing to move the conversations forward, continuing to even like build bridges, right? You know? Wow. So hey, we here rocking out. And I got a stream about this Netflix business because it's been heating up. You know what I'm saying, man? We're gonna kind of get to some of it tonight, but I got a whole stream coming this weekend. I'm not gonna let the weekend go without getting to this because it's just too much. It's just too much. And I got something to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a whole lot of Netflix stuff going on, and I'm tapping in, right? The 3 ROEs for the hashtags, if you didn't know, are be positive, please don't mix them, and please do not tag, mention, quote, tweet, or reply to anything of that sort. Anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one James Gunn, because he about to be out the door anyway. So why would we even want to talk to them? Got another stream about that coming up. You know what I mean? It's about to get litty. ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X also platforms that you guys should be following, subscribe to, and just overall watching, because all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Lux of the New Geeks. You dig? And if you'd like to sponsor a stream like W Mir did tonight, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gifted memberships, super stickers, anything of that sort, it is tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following discussion stream. You dig? Let's get caught back up with the chat, and we'll keep it going. You know what I mean? He said, we were waiting for you. Hey, shout out to everybody that was in the chat holding it down, right? He kicked Joe Lewis's ass. That's all I think about whenever you see that picture, bro. Yeah, Mama Bear. You know what's funny that is about when I was like, oh, nah, it was crazy. It's crazy. It was getting crazy, Mimi. He said you had to edit it. Yeah, bro. Sky with a Snyder cut lens spaces. Yeah, I was holding it down, bro, for the town. He said, I hopped on replay crew and was listening via audio, and then you said, peace. I heard silence for a bit, and I took my phone out of my pocket. Saw like an hour and a half more. It was like, oh, no, he was out. Yeah, it was crazy. Right? Yeah, bro. Nah. He said from 5.5 to 3 hours and 51 seconds or 51 minutes or something. Right. Thank you, Mama Bear. I appreciate that. My bad. All right. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the stream. You dig? First of all, this is the Zack Snyder Hour, the premier Zack Snyder show on YouTube. I'm going to say that again. Don't nobody hold it down, bro. That's why we should be letting them talk. They be wilding, man. They be like, oh, my God, you guys don't talk about this. You guys don't talk about that. Man, where y'all at, bro? What's going on, Nessa Noel? Thank you for coming through. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. And thank you, Mama Bear, because I really do appreciate that. Hey, I'm sorry. It was nature. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll do a stream of y'all choosing. You know what? Matter of fact, I think I'm feeling an unsung part 2. You know what I mean? This is crazy, man. Anyway, look, it's the premier Zack Snyder show on the internet. You know what I mean? We hold it down. We talk about all the stuff regarding Zack, right? People, they can dread it, they can run from it, right? But we've been the most effective over here, right? We've been holding it down. We've been, you know what I mean, defending the fandom, pushing things forward, you know, possibly getting this thing. Never mind. I ain't gonna get into the Netflix angle yet, right? But y'all already know we always try to pull up whenever and wherever we can. Mama Bear says just not on a school night. Okay, yeah, nah, but I'm feeling an unsung part 2. And for those of y'all that know what that means, you know. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just leave it at that, right? But yeah. And let's get to it though, because real quick, Zack been dropping a lot of stuff, man, and you already know how we cover all these things over here. Here's the thing. Y'all know how I feel about Sucker Punch, right? And what's funny is I was actually just speaking with somebody recently, and they were speaking about how they love Sucker Punch, and how amazing that they thought that it was. Right. First of all, not only did Zack Snyder post this happy birthday to Jenna Malone, right, which y'all already know. He worked with her in Sucker Punch, right? Which is so slept on, man. You know what's funny? I know why they don't like this movie. And I don't know if I ever did we ever do this stream on what happened with Sucker Punch? And why this seems to be the movie that really got Hollywood mad at him? Because I don't remember any of these things being kind of a situation before Sucker Punch, right? It seemed to be around Sucker Punch that things really like went, it was like, oh, whoa, what? And then after that, when Christopher Nolan kind of helped him get Man of Steel, it was like, yo, well, I really like this guy, you know what I mean? Right? He said, no, he only briefly talked about it. Okay. Yeah, well, we got to do that stream because it seemed to be this movie that really kind of started how people was tripping on him. And I think I know why, right? But honestly, it didn't even just stop here, right? There was also this oh my god, I hate when it does that. This shot, right, of Baby Doll, right? Is there anything happy? Because look, here's the thing, right? Zack is obviously in his like peak era, right? Meaning he's at the peak of his powers right now, which I'm going to get into a little bit later down the line in like a following stream. I think like I'm glad that he's taking his time and doing these smaller projects right now. I feel like these are the things that help, and it seems to be even something that he might have been considering, right? Is that when you really like, kind of pare everything down to like a basic kind of concept, right? A lot of times you can grow within those constraints, and that's just with life in general, right? It's not even just with filmmaking, I'm guessing, right? But that's just with life, right? So a lot of times when you have these kind of constraints put on you, and if that can be from whatever, it can be from outside sources, it can be from the genre in this situation, right? I think that might give him a chance to even grow a bit as a filmmaker before he goes on and allegedly does these bigger projects, right? But with that being is said, and I'll kind of talk about that later, I think that he's at the peak of his powers right now, meaning he seems to be getting things greenlit that have been passion projects for a long time, or things that he's wanted to do. And why not release the director's cut of Sucker Punch? Like, it's already there. I'm guessing he already has his cut of the thing ready to go. Like, why should that be a problem, in getting that thing brought to fruition? I don't think that that's really an issue. It would just be an issue of whether or not they wanted to do it. And I think that for quite some time, people have been in a situation where they haven't wanted to do this. And I think that Zack wants this out there, so I don't see any reason why we couldn't get this, for sure. Mom Bear said, I don't think so, but I'd be down for it. Yeah, y'all down for a sucker punch conversation? Yeah. He said, honestly, before we knew who she was in BVS, I was hoping she played Batgirl. Oh, you were talking about Jenna Malone, right? What's wild too is that even for a while, I thought she still was gonna be Batgirl. I mean, it seemed like that could have been Barbara Gordon. You know what I mean? Like, I just, even after, yeah, I don't know. It just seemed perfect, right? She was like a scientist. She was smart. She had the glasses. She looked like Barbara Gordon. I was like, hey, man. But we know that Zach was probably gonna do at least Carrie Kelly Robin. So I don't know if it was gonna be a Batgirl too. He said we should do a Sucker Punch watch along. Hey, I'm down. I'm down. Right. He said, I don't think we did, but he's teasing the big picture, Brody. The Snyderverse ain't just DC. When Netflix buys WBD, all of Snyder's creations will be in one spot. The Snyderverse, only on Netflix. Oh, yeah, bro. Look, I was just looking through some of them Mikey DMs, you know what I mean? Right. He said, your creative juices get flowing. That's why Nolan would do a film outside of the Dark Knight trilogy with every film that was made. Yep. Right. Said timing is everything. Yep. Yep. Yeah. She would have been a perfect Batgirl. I agree. He said, I have an insider at work who used to work on production crews in Hollywood. He said Zach told him the big blockbuster started to wear on him. It's probably been a nice break. Yeah, I'm sure. Wouldn't be surprised. Zachy, I mean, why would he verbalize that, right? Like, say, hey, I'm going to go make some smaller stuff before I go back. I mean, he literally said that. So that wasn't even like that part of it wasn't even us just speculating. He literally said, hey, I'm going to make some smaller things before I get back to doing big stuff. So, like, I'm pretty sure that he was looking forward to working on some smaller things. 100%. As Michael said, I take more Guardians of Gaul. The album, bruh, that movie's dope, man. He said, I heard a rumor that Anna Kendrick was going to be Barbara in the Batfleck movie. Don't know if that was true, but she would have been good too. I actually remember hearing that as well, Alan Belt, for sure. I actually remember hearing that too. You know? Yeah, I think that she could have been cool. Bro, look, here's the thing, right? And I'm going to be honest. With all of the Snyderverse films, like from back in that time, you know that they were all tapping in with Zach, right? So when it came to that whole team, honestly, I learned to just trust whatever they were going to do with the castings because I got proved wrong twice, actually, kind of with Ben Affleck at first and Gal Gadot. Right? I got tricked twice because I really wasn't feeling the Ben thing at first, but I was much more willing to come aboard with that. And especially after I saw the man when they showed that picture of that Ben, that was so. So look, I was a little bit more leaning towards the Ben thing, but the Gal casting, I did not like it. I did not like it. I ain't gonna front. I just didn't. And so, it took the first time seeing her in the costume, and then I was like, wow. I was so wrong, right? So with that being said, I can't think of a bad casting that they had in the Snyderverse. I can't think of one. People like to say Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I think he's the best Lex we've ever seen. 100%. I always tell people, my favorite scene from BVS is him and Superman on top of the roof talking. That's my favorite scene. 100%. Because God is tribal. Like, man. Don't even get me started. That's my favorite scene from the whole movie. So, you know, I don't think that they got one casting wrong. He said, I initially wasn't feeling Gal and Ezra. Yeah, Ezra, I was kind of like, whatever, because I hadn't really seen him in anything, right? Because I think at that point, because, man, that's back when I was even watching AMC Movie Talk and Collider and all that stuff. And it was like, oh, yeah, he was in Perks of a Wallflower. I didn't see that movie. You know what I mean? And I wasn't rushing to go watch it. So I ain't even about the cap. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really, you know, I was indifferent on the Ezra thing because I heard that he could act, you know. But yeah, I really was kind of hesitant on the Ben Affleck, and I did not like Gal Gadot being cast. And I was wrong. I was wrong. Like, I was like, yo, you know, hey, I was wrong. It happens, you know. And even to Jesse Eisenberg, I understood that, you know, because I was like, oh, he was in Social Network. If you have a billionaire now, he's probably going to look and act like Jesse Eisenberg, you know what I'm saying? So why not get the guy from the Social Network? So, yeah, it just made sense. He said Leo DiCaprio was Zach's first choice for Lex. I also heard that he wanted him to play the Riddler, too. I didn't know if that was ever true, but I thought I heard something about him playing the Riddler at first. And Nessa said I felt the same way about her too when I heard she got cast. Yeah, I was like, the chick from Fast and Furious. I was like, man, nah, bro. It's like, nah. But yes, 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 100%. So I will be 100. I struggled with Ezra until I met Austin and he helped me understand him. Yeah. Yeah. So Eisenberg is great if you don't expect him to be a typical Lex Luthor. Yeah, I was just pretty much going with like a modern day version, right? Like a modern day evil billionaire. Right? He said James Gunn, does Superman have a middle bro? Bro, how did I know? Look, even if I didn't know, I know from BVS, right? So how did how on earth did I know something about Superman that James Gunn didn't know? That's crazy, right? That I knew something about Superman that James Gunn didn't know. Clark Joseph. Right? Oh my God. Right? He said, I figured Gal would be fine as long as she put on some muscle, and I knew Zach would put her on a workout regimen. Yeah. Nah, I was not a believer like that. He said, yeah, she was really thin in those Fast and Furious. That's why I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. I was just like, man, you know? But then I saw it, and I was like, wow, that's Wonder Woman. Anyway, he said, I probably have forgotten more about Superman than James Gunn knows. But that's wild, bro, because I'm younger than him. You know what I mean? And it's like, ain't even supposed to be that. You just made a movie about this guy, and you ain't even know what his middle name was. But yet he understands Superman more than. Never mind. He said Jamie Alexander was pissed off that she lost the Wonder Woman role. Yeah, I bet. You know what I mean? I bet, right? But look, that's the Snyder punch. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and give y'all the updates on the last photograph. More from there, right? Yeah. Got Stuart Martin, man. You know, hanging out the side of the chopper, right? Man, yo, this movie. Here's the thing. Even though this is like a smaller scale, you know, I mean, what? We're going to have a helicopter chase. We're going to have like something going on like a river. Right? So even though this is pared down, right? Like I think this is going to be something special, man. I can't wait, bro. He said, I felt Jesse overperformed as Lex, but Affleck's Batman performance made up for it. Man, I don't know, man. He said, I like all the wordplay in Lex's. Hey, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about Jesse overperforming, bro. Bruh, him on that roof with Superman is the best scene in that movie. I will fight somebody about that. We gonna really have it out. We gonna really have like a war of words because that is the best scene in that movie. And it's him. A lot of like he's almost the only person talking. Don't get me started about Lex, man. Anyway, back to the last photograph, man. Yeah, even though this is gonna be like a smaller scale thing in terms of what Zack is gonna be doing, you know, it's gonna be much less like visual effects, right? But at the end of the day, bro, don't make me laugh. Michael, he said, bro, don't make me laugh, yo. All right. No, the warehouse scene is off the chain, but the best scene is Lex on top of the roof with Superman. 100%. Anyway, even though this film is going to have less visual effects, I think that this is going to be something super dope. And Zack is in his bag, man. Right? And it's right now at that point. I keep saying this. I feel like we are on the precipice because like we still don't have anything yet. We are getting these like little snapshots in these peeks behind the curtain, right? But we still don't know what this film's gonna feel like yet, right? We don't know what the tone's gonna be, and I cannot wait for the trailer, right? He said Eisenberg's performance on the rooftop is secretly legendary. The haters just don't know it yet. And bro, that scene is crazy. He said it costs so much to get the access they got in all the different countries, bro. I have a feeling Zack may have put some of his own money in it. Story reminds me of Rundown, but not as jokey, obvious. Right? Yeah, man. Bruh, I think that the locations and the cinematography, right? I think that we're gonna really get something special. I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, I don't even want to say what I'm about to say. I don't think it's gonna be too y'all remember the word that I kept using for that other movie when I don't want to say what it was because I don't want to throw no shade, but when I was like overindulgence, you know what I mean? Like just for the sake of cinematography, right? I don't think that, you know, we've ever gotten a Zack movie that's really felt that way, right? You know, the suns on Velt, shots like that is it's never felt forced. It feels natural. It doesn't stay for like too long and like really dominate the scene. Man, Zack is a master craftsman of visuals, yo. So we already know that this film and with the locations that they've been at, that this film's gonna look beautiful. So can't wait, man. He said, "Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper." Right? But not even just that, right? Let's said you're paddling on the Amazon, right? Just out there getting it in, you know what I'm saying? Chilling. He's out there in Bogota, Colombia, right? And somebody spamming restore. Get crazy, bro. Crazy. Crazy, bro. Nah, but this is you know this movie's gonna be cold, yo, with the visuals. All right. I feel like I gotta, but not only just that. He said BB is theatrical. More from Colombia, right? Zack chilling by the fire, yo. This is crazy. He said Zack is like the Neo Adams of cinema with those beautifully crafted and memorable visuals. Right. And he said, think about this too. I mean, I'm sure there will be some, but when's the last time we saw a movie with like no CGI from Snyder, no special effects at all, just no fantasy elements? Is going to be insane. Yeah, I really do agree, bro. Right? And yeah, there's going to be some effects like, well, we don't mean no special effects, guys, because we know when they're using the weapons and all that stuff. Yes, there's some stuff, but y'all know what we mean. You know what I mean? And not all this big green screen stuff, right? No alien drop ships coming in, right? No Steppenwolf, you know what I'm saying? No protectors here, right? No dark side. You know what I'm saying? No zombie tigers. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like none of this stuff, man. Let's just go camera in hand, like you said, and let's just go make a movie, man. Right? Let's get in the ground and do it. He said no Omega beams, right? Like, come on, man. He's like, yo, I've been crafting these bangers for y'all back to back to back. Let me go do this and let me go flex some new muscles, right? And on things, Mama Bear said, no lanterns, no Kryptonians, right? Right? No protectors here, right? And no Steppenwolf, bro. No tossing horses by the, you know, bro, Steppenwolf. Yo, y'all gotta admit, Steppenwolf tossing them horses was crazy. That was like so disrespectful. That just shows he has no sense of like Like, you got to think. He's like, what is this thing? I don't even care. I'm just, it's a nuisance, right? You said car chases reminds me of Ronin and Heat. Man, y'all stop it. I was just talking about that North Hollywood thing that Heat was kind of based on. Crazy. If y'all never seen that whole North Hollywood thing, crazy. And I remember when that happened, right? He said he doesn't have to capture what isn't there and what's in his mind and imagination for portions or entireties of his shots. He's got to capture, stylize, and direct everything that was actually there. All right, yeah. And then he said that was animal abuse, bro. They was going. PETA would have been the last. Nah, that was wild, Joe. So yeah, no aliens tossing horses at people, right? Like, yo, let's just go make a movie. Let's get some car chases, a helicopter chase, you know what I'm saying, or some boat chases and like stuff. Let's put some personal stakes in there, right? Have some character development. You know what I mean? Right? He said Nolan making myths like Odyssey while Zack making grounded movies. We're in exciting times. Look, and here's the thing. If you really think about it, right? Like Nolan kind of does the same thing where he dips in and out of stuff. We were talking about that earlier with the Batman movies and how you kept getting stuff in between, right? And then even with something like Tenet, right? Like, was that crazy of a thing? I mean, outside of the plane sequence, but that was a pretty grounded style action movie, no? I mean, obviously you got all the time stuff, but I don't know, it felt grounded, I don't know if Tenet is the right one to use, but Inception just seemed way more like out there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But nah, the Odyssey is gonna be crazy. I already got my tickets. I got my tickets for that movie a year in advance. I've never done that before. Never done that. Never. Right. But and let's go ahead and get to the juicy parts, man, because this is where stuff gets wicked at, man. Right. Yeah, nah. Interstellar that's what I mean, right? Tenet wasn't Interstellar. Interstellar was like, yo, I'm about to it's robots, it's other, you know what I mean? It's other what is it? It's other planets, never mind. Y'all already know. Said Tenet is time travel with a different type of plot. Yeah, but it's like simple. He says, I saw the Queen today. What Queen? Oh, in Arc Raiders? Said Interstellar was a multiverse. Facts, bro. It was going through black holes and shit, right? But nah, let's get to the get down, right? Because Zach also started posting some other stuff, man. So y'all already know that we got to get to it because the end is nigh, people, right? Look, we're going to break down these posts, right? First of all, let's share this one. Zach put this out today, which, first of all, the syndicate has been so far ahead of the curve, man. We've been telling y'all that this stuff is going to happen, right? And all this or whatever, right? We was just talking about this on stream. I've been theorizing that Zack is using these shots of people to kind of confirm who's going to be in ZSJL2. And I told y'all, that Amber Heard was coming back. And I told y'all that I didn't care. I said, hey, people was like, oh no, but Sky, right? Like, what about her? And what happened with her and Johnny Depp and this, that, and the third? And let me like the homies' comments. You know what I'm saying? Curly Ray. Yeah, we gonna like the homies' comments, right? But anyway, they be like, yo, but Sky, right? Like this, that, and the third. Oh, her and Johnny Depp and what she did with the bed. And I'm like, yo, I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care. All I care about, honestly, is whether or not you are doing something illegal, because at that point, then it's a whole different kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying? So once you start getting into that realm, then it's a whole other conversation. But as long as you ain't breaking the law, I don't care what these people do. I don't care about their personal lives like that, because if I were to care about what everybody does, in their personal lives, I would never be cool with any movie being made, yo. For real. Because I bet y'all that, there's just no way. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. There's just no way that any movie could be made if I was sitting there and like, yo, everybody that's involved with the movie, I have to agree with their lifestyle choices and what they're doing with their sheets. It's like, hey, if she want to do that to her sheets, that's on her, yo. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't care. I don't got to get in the bed. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lay in the bed. I don't got I don't care. I don't care. Right? They be like, but this person did this. And I'm like, yo, is it illegal? Yes or no? Yo, move on. I don't care. I want to see the movies. And I think if I were to sit back and be trying to, police what everybody, bro, I don't even police y'all tweets like that. I know they try to act like we do, like we just the tweet police, but we don't even police tweets like that. We don't even police the hashtags. Why would I police people's behavior in these movies, yo? I don't care. I don't care. Telling you, man. They be wanting people to be mad at like people, yo. If they want me to be mad at Sydney Sweeney right now, it's like, for what? Yo. It's like, oh my God. Have you heard when she's registered to vote as? And I'm like, what the fuck? What they got to do with me? I just want her to play Power Girl. Like, what are we talking about? Like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm sorry. Maybe that's just me. But I don't care. Right? And he said, remember Robert Downey Jr.? Exactly. Are we just supposed to act like, all of these people have just been sitting here and some of your favorite actors don't have like past that they had to overcome? Like, what are we talking about? Could y'all imagine if y'all was still holding that over RDJ? And it was like, yo, could you guys imagine? Hey, like, I don't want him playing. Come on, man. Let's just, hey, if people move forward, You know, ain't nobody right all the time. I ain't right all the time. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Nah, but it's true. Mama Bear said Power Girl and Black Cat. It was like he said restore hashtags still black. Hey, nah, man, they talking about how many they talking about how many views their article got. I'm like, I thought we were talking about getting the movies back, bro. I thought we was anyway, man. You said I can see a live action Toy Man film. Toy Man's pretty cool. Right. He said, be careful, Sky. Gunners will use I'm just saying, bro. Like, what are we doing, man? He said, let's not forget she's also hot. Crazy, but I was like, yeah, man. Right? What's going on, Danger? Right, yeah. Nah, man. What's going on, Paolo? Hey, look. I think this confirms that Amber Heard's coming back, bro. You know, and I've just been saying, I think everybody's coming back. All right, but let's get to this pick because this is the one that I really, really wanted to get to, man. This is the main one. Right? And here's what's funny. People been getting real quiet, man. Ever since this drop, bro. Ever since this drop, people been real quiet, yo. What is Zack Snyder talking about? Right? He said, I'm seeing all these finance gurus twerking for Skydance Paramount, and it makes me like, hey, that ain't what I've been seeing. That ain't what I've been seeing. But we're gonna get into that in a little bit, right? We ain't but look, here's the thing. Yo, we went from Only I Will Remain to The End Is Nigh. Right? What's up, baby? Huh? What's up? Okay, you want? What's up? You gotta go over there. Okay, Daddy's working, but he said, "You know what it means." He said, "You know what it means, bro. You knew how I'd feel." Nah, but this is real talk. Like, you know, what? What's going on here, right? What is this man talking? What is this man talking about? We go from Only I Will Remain to The End Is Nigh. Can you feel it? And can you feel it? Can you feel it? Man, what they gonna say now? We looking too far into this, y'all? Huh? Is that what we're doing? Huh? We're cultists. We're just looking too far into this thing. Watch out. Watch out. All right. I gave you enough attention. Watch out. All right. But this is crazy. Right? Rorschach. He said the end is nigh. Code for their time is up. Yo, he went from Only I Will Remain to the end is nigh. We looking too far into this, people? He said Zach must have had that tape before me. He said, yo, this is from the Most Effective. You know what I mean? Yo, Zach is over there cooking on Instagram, yo. Instagram. Look, here's the thing. Y'all have no idea how happy I am that Zach is on Instagram. Let me tell y'all why. All right, because Instagram as a platform is made for people like Zach, bro. Like, first of all, it started off as an app where people were literally sharing their photography, right? Like, and that's what it was. And they were sharing their photographs and all that, and it was like a very photography heavy app, like actual photography, right? And then it kind of morphed into this thing where everybody was just posting pictures on it. But Zach is such a master craftsman of like the visual medium that just, whether it's still life, still frames, or moving pictures, it is the same thing. It is the same level of quality. It is the same level of care taken. And this is why with stuff like BVS, almost every frame of that movie can be put on a wall somewhere, right? But yeah, I think Zach's cooking. You know, I just want to know, am I making too much of this, right? This man went from Only I Will Remain to The End Is Nigh. He said, how much damage can a man do with a photo? Hey, he's showing that he can just post stuff on Instagram. Yo, think about how crazy that this marketing is, right? He is cooking, right? He didn't even have to put the whole sign in there because we already know what it says. He ain't even got to put the in there. It's just it, bruh. He knows we know. This is the bat signal in the air. The end, right? The end is nigh. Right? As Warner Brothers is getting bid on by, yo, man, yo, it's so crazy. You know what? I decided I'm going to react to that news video tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but I think I'm going to react to that news video tomorrow because there's some good information in there, man. Right? You know, it's funny. I actually, you know, I'm glad. I'm going to share this Fandom Wire article. All right. It's funny because even somebody like Fandom Wire is having to bend the knee right now, right? Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? Right? But yeah, that's just a little taste of what we're going to be discussing. All right? He says, Sky, Zach is showing Air how it's done. Don't bend any, bruh. He's been the blueprint, bruh. There was no reason for that man to do what he did, bro. That's why it was so frustrating, because it never had to happen. I said the Syndicate Network is taking, yeah, it's a wrap, bro. And we ain't giving it back. Look, y'all know it's evident right now. The real conversations are going on this side. Like the real conversations, the real momentum, the real everything is over here. So it will behoove, you know what I'm saying, people to be like, hey, like, well, what's going on with these people who seem to be getting so much done and having the most relevant conversations? Right? while still being themselves and not bending the knee. And he said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not interested in using Affleck as a play to counter the MCU's Avengers. Affleck's Batman is in a whole other league. What do you mean by counter the Avengers? I don't think that's what they're trying to do. I mean, but just think about that. Think about that. Okay, think about this. Let's say that they ran the numbers and they think that a Ben Affleck Batman movie could compete with the Avengers movie. I don't think that's a bad thing. like, yo, you know what I mean? Bro, I think the Snyderverse is worth way more than we have been led to believe. And I really do think that with Batman versus Superman, even if you just take that movie, you take it as is, there are people like the late great John Schnepp who actually said, and this man worked in Hollywood and was a director with projects out, and was like, yo, he felt like they left $250 million on the table by taking the 30 minutes out of BVS. We could even leave the 30 minutes still out. If that movie gets a China run, a full run in China, it makes $1 billion. It was snatched out of the theaters while it was still making money in China. So, and also, if you want to put the 30 minutes back in the movie, then this thing is probably even much bigger. You know, it was like this bot campaign going on to try to quash everything, and then Zach is being kneecapped kind of left and right, you know, by all these different executives and people with ball caps on, right, and all that stuff. So yeah, I just really think that if this thing would have been led to be able to play out, I think that yes, this could. Yo, this is also why Disney was so scared. I mean, I don't think you guys remember the type of momentum that they had back when Zach was really cooking and in charge. Bro, they had A-list talent behind and in front of the camera in almost every project. They're like super dope people working on this stuff and putting it together, right? He said, I heard some idiots say that they want a crisis event with Zack Snyder and James Gunn working together on a Justice League film. Bro, they trying to keep they trying to keep one of them employed. He said, Saudi said that they want Snyder's DC to go up against Marvel. It's the same urgent. Okay, I have a question. Do you think that did they actually say that? Where'd that come from? Right? Because look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I heard that Paramount didn't even increase their offer from what it was before, like that much. I mean, one would think that if they had the backing, look, never mind. I'm gonna get into that later. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into that later. Cause that don't even make any sense, dog. Like, I'm just say, I saw it in the headlines. I don't think, look, we're gonna see how this plays out. Because if this thing plays out the way that I think it's going to play out, I think a lot of people are going to have egg on their face. I'm so serious. I think a lot of people are going to end up having egg on their face. I'm I might be wrong, but I think that what's happening is that there's a lot of things being pushed to make people think that something else is happening, and then it's all just to keep kicking the can down the road, right? They're going to keep kicking the can down the road so that they don't have to deal with people knowing what the hell is going on in the moment, right? It's like, yeah, I can just keep kicking the can down the road, and they won't know the truth until later. You know what I'm saying? Kicking the can, right? Because I'm just saying, I've been hearing that they going to have all this backing, and then all of a sudden I hear that their first offer wasn't even that much more appealing than the ones that was getting turned down. So this don't even make any sense at this point. And with other stuff, they're using terms like real, you know? Yeah. Okay. We gonna see. We are going to see. He said it's Armageddon on Twitter over the Snyder. Hey, as it's going to be from now until this thing. Yeah, right. Like he said, Sky, the Ellisons want to get rid of their streaming services. Make that make sense. Hey, but they sitting here and they probably but they want to make this huge. I don't know. Look, I'm just saying, when I'm hearing people say, hey, they barely increased what their offer was before, which everybody agreed on wasn't enough to get it done, and then they say, all right, well, they barely increased their offer, but then they're supposed to have the backing of these trillionaires. I told y'all. I swear, yo, if this shit, ooh wee, oh my, I'm just saying. He said, hold us in havoc. That would be what? No, y'all don't know. Taylor Sheridan did leave Paramount Skydance. Yeah, he is leaving. That's not like a maybe, right? They already had to start laying people off because that merger went through, right? So we're gonna see. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. And if I am, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna say it. I could be absolutely wrong, but I don't think I am. Right? He said, and there's no sitting congressman or woman who publicly tweeted about how Netflix getting WBD is a bad deal. Bro, they said the Writers Guild is gonna like boycott or something if that happens. What are they talking about? You know what? I will get to this. And then I'll kind of move on, right? He said, this is the biggest legal takeaway. Right? This is literally exactly that. All right, guys. I'm gonna share something with you guys, right? It kind of makes me mad when I be saying this shit, right? Like, I've literally said everything that's on this list, right? From top to bottom. Have I not? Yo, I've literally said everything that is on this list. Bro, about how it's not so many redundancies. That's what the maintains employ. I've literally been saying that you don't have all these redundancies in terms of employment. I've said that. I've said all of these things that are on this list. I was seeing this going around. I was like, bro, this is literally what the fuck happened. He said, this is how Sky's DMs look for me too. And Netflix could do this. And because of that, this is all facts, bro. We've been on this wave. I've said every single thing on this list. But for those of you guys that can't see and are just listening to the audio, this is a list that is pretty much of a breakdown about everything that I've been saying about how Netflix purchasing Warner Brothers is going to be much simpler than Paramount buying them, because Netflix is not a traditional studio. They would be stepping into the studio space, so there is not the same issues as it's not like a merger in that same sense. It is more of an acquisition. They would be coming into the space and now getting their foothold in there and starting to make money and starting to do these things, right? It says, hey, in Netflix, not a studio owner today. Warner Brothers, a studio. If they combine, right? DOJ analyzes as vertical, not horizontal. Now add, Netflix promises theatrical. Oh, who's been saying that? Netflix honors distribution contracts. Same thing we've been saying, like, hey, they can keep the same things in place. Right? What are you chewing on? Get out of here. Right? They can keep the same things in place. Netflix reduces vertical foreclosure fears. Doesn't make the same sense because it's not the same type of deal, right? And Netflix doesn't take CNN, TNT, Food, and TBS. This torpedoes the DOJ's only realistic argument. Regulators cannot argue this reduces studio competition because the studio count stays the same. Netflix becomes a studio owner. Paramount, Disney, Universal remain independent. No two studios are merging. Paramount Skydance collapses the studio count. Netflix does not. This is the same ish we have been saying on streams for months, years even, but definitely months since this Paramount business has been getting started. Because ever since this Paramount stuff came up, it was like, oh my God, it was just all these narratives that just has not made sense. So maybe this is why Zack is posting the end is nigh. I'll put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom because we about to start closing this thing on down. Right? Right, yeah, man. Nah, this is ridiculous, yo. They know what's about to happen. I think they know. You know what I mean? They sitting there, man, that, you know what? Matter of fact, I might do that stream tomorrow. My Netflix stream. Because it's a lot of stuff going down. And I think the writing is on the wall. I think they all know what's about to happen. And everybody's just preparing themselves. Right? And yeah, that's the video that I was talking about. Because when he had to sit there on his face, and I mean, the look on his face, when he had to say, yeah, that offer from Netflix is real. He said, that's the work. He said, yeah, that offer is real. It's like, yeah, how about that? I know that it's a real offer. And we was talking about Paramount Skydance. He was like, it was barely more than what they offered last time, which got turned down 5 times. But that Netflix offer, real. He said it's real. Yo, even your boy Shield said, yo, Netflix didn't skimp. You know it's bad. Yo, you know it's bad when Shield out there, you know what I mean? Nah, you know it's bad when Shield is out there talking about, yo, they didn't skimp. You know it's bad. You know it's bad. When you got Shield out there saying the Netflix offer, they didn't skimp. How's that for big boy business? He said Skydance Paramount have been lowballing on purpose. Hey, cool. we gonna see how that gets you. Right? Paramount Skydance lowballing because that's what they can do. That's all they can do. Crazy, bruh. Yeah, they ain't skimp. You know, and then you got another, hey, that offer is real. They said that offer is real. He said that was a real offer. He pretty much like, oh, hey, it might be up for us. You know, yeah, it might be. It might be up. It just might be. He said Sky Ted had a meeting with a big theater owner. I said, bro, why is Ted meeting with these theater owners, yo? He said we handle grown up business. Hey, nah, man. Hey, say I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Let me handle my business. Damn. On another note, you know what's funny? They want to say, look, you know what's crazy? They talk so much about how we're not good representations of the fandom and all this and all that. I'm gonna take this time out to kind of say this, right? I saw something from one of the biggest content creators in this entire space that I was shocked that this person had something like this on the internet, and everybody sees him as like this, almost like this family friendly, wholesome kind of guy, right? I have this audio that I could have played that literally I don't even want to do that because it's like it's NSFW, you know what I'm saying? It's not safe for work, right? And it's just so crazy to me that they be trying to act like we're bad influences on you guys, and y'all got people that got this kind of stuff out on the internet. I just think that's wild, Joe. He said, nah, don't play that clip. I'm not gonna play it, but I think TJ know what I'm talking about. He said it's bad. I'm like, yo, bro, like what the hell is going on? But they swear that we the worst. Bruh, one of my first videos is me talking about the Snyder stuff. You got them up, they talking about all kind of stuff. And then they be sitting in there, I'll be like, yeah, but you know, he said, I don't even know what he's talking about. Bro, I'm gonna send it to you. Bruh, I'm just saying, this shit, wow, man. I'm about to send it to you right now. Hold on, let me mute this mic before this shit start playing and I get dinged. You know what I mean? All right, yeah. I had to send that to Austin. Austin, look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Look at this, bro. I'm about to send that too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at both of those, bro. But anyway, yeah, he know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. He know exactly what I'm talking about. And he said, wait, send that. Okay, yo, I'm about to send that right now, bro. I'm about to send that right now, bro. I'm just saying, man, it's like, what the hell is going on, dude? And y'all want to say that we're fucking bad influences on people? This is crazy. Right? Like, I don't got no kind of shit like this on the internet, bro. Yo, everybody wants the clip now. I might put that shit in the group chat. I'll put that in the group chat. But anyway, look, I'm sorry. I just had to say that because it's like, they be trying to say we bad influences. And I'm like, what the hell? I ain't got no shit like this on the internet. All because we tell people to use the ROEs? And we may cut sometimes, bro. Y'all wilding, bro. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to cut it. I'm about to go ahead. I'm about to shut this thing on down. I'm sorry that I had to go on that tangent. But I'm just saying, man, that's crazy for me to see what I saw. And then I'll be like, wait, but we're bad influences? Anyway, I was just like, what? We say don't be toxic? He said, and he hasn't addressed it yet, which is crazy. Bro, I'd have took the video down. It's still up. He said, I want the video that, bro, bro, you know they doing this, man. Hey, look, Austin, I said I just ran outside and fell. Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. But we bad influences? I'm a bad influence, dog, but y'all got this kind of shit on the internet, bro. This is wild, man. This is nasty work. Right? This is nasty work, man. I'm like, bro, y'all, he said that person said that about us. I don't even want to put it out there, bro. He said it's nasty work, pun intended. TJ know exactly what I'm talking about. He said it's nasty work, bro. Nah, dog, that's nah, man. What's going on, Josh? I'm just saying, bro, but they swear we bad influences, man. Right? I'm just saying, bro. Anyway, I'm sorry that we had to take that little tangent, but I'm just like, dude, we've gone too far when like Sky and Apex Lux and all that, when like we're the evil ones, right? It's like we're the bad guys because we have some hashtags and some ROEs. But you got people got this type of work out on the net, and it's like, it's just cool. It's just cool. And nobody talks about this shit. Nobody addresses it. Nobody says anything. It's like, what? This is wild, man. Anyway, look, I'm sorry for those of y'all that aren't watching alone. He said, "You guys are killing me." Who and what? He said, "Yo, bro." He said they're failed actors in all genres. I'm dead. Anyway, look, I gotta go, man. This is getting too far off the rails, bro. But I had to say that. I'm like, yo, I saw that earlier and I was like, bro, I cannot believe that this is what, you know what I mean? Like, this is the work they got out on the street. And then they be like, yo, you know, but y'all the problem. Y'all the issues. You know? You're like, bro, that's nasty work, man. You'll never catch me going out like that, bro. I'd never make a video like that. And if I had a video on YouTube talking about some shit like that, I'd have took it hell by now. I'm sorry, man. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about, just DM me. I'm so serious. Just DM me on Twitter. Just DM me. Wild, nasty work. Filthy work, bro. I'm like, yo, this is wild, man. Anyway, I'm about to get back at y'all, man. Look, I'm probably gonna be streaming tomorrow, bro. They about to be so mad at me, dog. Yo, y'all don't understand. Oh my God, these people about to be so mad at me, bro. They already mad. They're about to be even more mad now. They're like, oh my God, can you see that he had the nerve to? Can you see that he had the nerve, right, to talk about the things that he wanted to talk about on his platform, right? That I didn't put out there, you know. I mean, he didn't make that video and upload it to my channel, but you know, right? It's still his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still his fault, right? Oh my God, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's filthy work. It's filthy work. He said, hey, yo, I hope it ain't what I'm thinking. It probably is, bro. It probably is. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here, man. Look, y'all have a good one, dog. I'm gonna get back at y'all tomorrow. We'll be back with some more Way of the House Husband tomorrow. We got one more week, and then we probably gonna have a special edition next week. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get y'all next time, yo. Y'all have a good one, man. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.